I was talking to a friend last week. This was before the Cell token short squeeze started. And he had something that made me think about this a lot. He said, and he's one of the biggest Cell token believers. He's someone who got me into the Cell token in the first place. He's someone who recommended the Celsius network to me. And I, of course, greatly respect his recommendation, so I checked it out. That's how I started getting into the Celsius network years ago. And he had a sobering thought for me. He said, if Celsius network capitulates, what happens to the billions of users who are getting into crypto now and who will get into crypto in the next decade? Who gets to onboard them? How trustworthy would those entities be? My name is Laksh Bell, and today I want to talk to you about something that is on stake right now, something that we need to preserve. Celsius Network has had this goal of unbanking hundreds of millions of users worldwide. They only got to 1 million. Actually, 500,000 verified users and depositors. So let's say 500,000. Their goal was 200 times bigger than where they got at their all-time high. What happens if they fail? What happens if they crash? Will users no longer come into C5? Will people not come into crypto, especially in the next bull run or the bull run that follows that? Of course, people are going to get into crypto. But the question becomes, who gets to onboard them? Would it be someone funded by nefarious characters? Would it be someone who doesn't have the best interest of the community at heart and only cares about profits? Or worse, we've seen the most nefarious characters in the world caring about more than just profits. They don't care about profits, they care about their own agendas. Will the same people who have been manipulating the world for 100 years now continue to manipulate the world for the next 100, 200, 300, 500 years to come? What we are seeing right now, what we are witnessing right now in real time is a very serious threat to the sovereignty, to the possibility of re-establishing the power structures and regaining the power from those who have manipulated the world and coalesced all that power for themselves. The same people get to rule the world all over again if entities like Celsius continue to collapse. That's a scary thought for me. That's the biggest reason why I am participating in the Cell token short squeeze. It's not about money. I mean, it's nice to make money, but I can make money a million different ways. I've been making money far before Celsius was ever a thing. And I'll continue to make money for the rest of my life. It's not about money. It's about the freedom to be able to place your trust in an entity which is not governed by or run by all those shadow organizations, entities, and people who try to rule the fate of the world, who try to decide the fate of you, me, and our children. It's a sobering thought. Can you afford to not participate in the Cell token short squeeze when you know what's at stake? Can you afford to sit this one out when all it takes is effort and a little bit of money? Don't bet the farm. I keep telling you, don't bet the farm, but don't sit this one out. This is more important than money. Who runs everything in the world? Is it the same group of people, same small group of people, some of them public, some of them in shadows, who run and pull the strings for everything? Do you want them running the next 1 billion users' funds to be onboarded onto crypto? Will that ever lead to any meaningful change? Can that ever lead to any meaningful change? Everything nothing is immutable. Everything can be changed. Bitcoin is a consensus code. And if someone had control over a vast majority of Bitcoin, they could control the fate of Bitcoin. They could change the way Bitcoin runs. They could even change the fact that there will never be more than 21 million Bitcoin. It's just consensus network. And if they own more than half of all the supply, or at least enough to have a voting majority, a voting consensus, they could change anything about Bitcoin. Everything you love about Bitcoin is at stake. This is not about one company in particular. This is about the whole idea behind crypto in general. So I ask you one question, can you afford to sit this one out?